All right, guys, welcome to winter trimester. So there's going to be some changes in my grading scheme based upon some reflection on how it went this fall and some goals that I have for you for the winter. One of the goals that I have for you for the winter is that you show up in class every day and that you're engaged in learning. And so, based upon my experience in the fall when we shifted to distance learning and the completion rate of assignments on a daily basis, I'm going to make the following changes to the way that, basically the changes in your pathway to success. All right, so here's the deal. This document will be posted up on Google Classroom, and you guys will all get a chance to look at it and ask questions. Again, I'm going to go on over it word for word. And at the end, there's a test because it's an assignment. Due to the non-secure nature of online assessments, it's difficult to speak to the integrity of the measurement of our current system. Upon reflection and dialogue with my department, I'll be making the following changes to my system of 80% summative assessment and 20% formative daily work, your assignments. The summative assessments moving forward will be worth 60%. Formative assessments, your daily work assignments, will be worth 40% of your final grade. This means that the importance of your daily work to your success has doubled. Your participation and engagement with daily content is essential for your understanding of our topic. All daily assignments will be graded using the following rubric. So the bottom line is, as I can't guarantee the security of our tests, and we all know what's going on. The way that I have it set up with 80/20 is many folks did not really do a lot of daily work and ended up just getting by on the test. And so when I see that much missing stuff on my gradebook, my response to that is I'm engaged. I'm doing this so you guys can learn science. And if you're not actually doing the work, you're not going to learn it. Looking it up and pasting it in isn't learning. So we need to pick up our daily work. All right. So you're going to turn in an assignment. I'm going to give it a 1 to 4 points every assignment. Ultimately, the total number of points and the percentage of points, the percentage of completion that you have is going to make the difference. So whether I have them worth 10 points, 4 points, or 100 points, at some point, it all evens out to a percentage of what your daily work is, and you know that by looking at your formative assessment. But the weighting of that is going to be big, and the summative assessments aren't getting any easier. So turn in your daily work. Here's what you need to get a 4 out of 4. Everything needs to be completed on the assignment. So all components of the assignment are completed. All accepted grammatical standards are present, which means you put a capital letter at the beginning of a sentence. Obvious spelling errors are corrected. Complete sentence, answer questions where appropriate. If it says, what is this? Explain. If you put what it is and you don't explain, that's a problem. You turn the assignment in on time, which means you're going to get an assignment. I'm going to give you time to do the assignment during the hour. It shouldn't really take you more than that much time. I'm not going to overload you, but you need to do the assignments. If they take a lot more time or there's questions about them, you get back to me, you communicate. All right. If the majority of the answers are correct, which means over 75%, I'll give you a 4. All right. So you can have a couple wrong in an assignment, regardless of what I give you. And if you're doing it on Savvas or you're doing it on the AP Mastering Program, and you're getting above 80%, I'm going to give you a 4 out of 4 on the assignment. Okay. Now, you turn it in late. That's a problem. Or you don't finish the assignment. So if you don't finish, you can have any of those things, any one of those things missing will knock you down to a 3. Okay, and we start multiplying those things up, then it can knock you back even further. So if you didn't complete your assignment and you started you started sentences, and I'm to the point now with you guys that if you're going to start a doggone sentence with a lowercase letter, I'm just going to knock you down 1 point, period. I don't care where it is in the assignment. You need to pay attention to what you're doing. So same thing for 3 points. Bottom line is, if the grammatical standards are not present, I'm just going to knock you down a point. All right. So you're working with Google Classroom. It's telling you, or online, it's telling you that you got a line under the doggone thing. There are some terms that you can look up, but more often than not, it was just in the text that you used. Okay. In order to get 3 points, you have to turn it in on time. And then the majority of your answers are going to be correct. So if you do all the stuff to get a 4, but you only get 60 to 75%, I'm going to give you a 3, because a 3 is 75%. Right? 3 out of 4 is 75%. All right. So now, again, if for 2 points, this is where we start looking at grammatical standards, not error again. You can be anywhere from 50 to 60%, but if you miss any of these other things, you're not on time. You don't complete the assignment entirely. I can, take another point off. And so you'll get basically between 2 and 4 points if you turn it in on time. On time means when the assignment's due. So if I put it as it starts on Tuesday and it's due at Friday at 8 o'clock, that's when it's due. If it's late, the best you can get is a 2. If you turn things in late, I can, unless you're talking to me, I'm just going to give you a 1. Okay. Now, so the bottom line says assignments will be marked as missing during the instructional period that's covering the material you'll be assessed on. Once the test for the unit is completed, all homework assignments that are not completed will be marked as 0. No late work will be accepted after the assessment has been completed. Any exception to this will only be approved by a discussion with the instructor. You all know me. I'm reasonable, and life has and will continue to be a winding journey. If you're sick, you have other issues that occur, and you're communicating with me, we'll work together to find a solution. And I am committed to your success. At the same time, you have a responsibility as a student to do your work on a daily basis and to turn it in a timely manner. So I'm actually moving up the accountability on this. So bottom line is, you can get between 2 and 4 points if you're turning things in, probably 3 to 4 points. If it's on time, you're going to get 3 to 4 points. And it's complete. You're going to get something in there. If you're turning it in late, more than likely, we're getting there, or if you're communicating with me, you're still possible. Well, once we get to the point where we're taking a test on something, the assignments are designed to prepare you for the test. If you haven't done the assignments before the test, what's the point? And we'll be covering enough topics that going back and making up past work isn't going to work. This goes with podcasts also. All right. So all of the assignments that I give you guys are due on time. I give you time to do them sometime in the week. Literally, it takes you 15 minutes to listen to a 10-minute podcast and write that assignment in. And so if that ends up being homework, well, then if I gave you 15 minutes of homework in a week, that's outside of the hour, I'm doing pretty good. So that's the changes, okay? Again, it's going to be critical for you to turn your work in on time. And I'm going to be on you right away with that. So if you're, you think you figured out the system. I just changed it. And we can do it this way. And that's, I'm going to go this way. So when we get to the last week of the trimester, and I'm telling you, you're going to have a final, the assignments that are due. The day before the final's done, everything will be due. And then I'm not going to take I'm not going to correct a piece of work the day of the final. So make sure you're just keeping up. Okay. So I'm going to be mindful of that. If you feel like I'm giving you way too much work on a daily basis, it's taken over an hour, then you need to talk to me about it. But I think it'll work out. Okay. I'm going to be mindful of that. All right. Glad to have you all back for Winter Tri. Strap in, get organized, right now, every day during your class, you need to spend this time doing the work for this class. Get it done. Set it aside at the end of the day and move on. Do not start juggling. You know exactly what I mean. Those of you who are jugglers and procrastinators, you need to not do that. You need to do the work right now. Get on it. Get it done. If you need to take some notes or something for later, that's fine. But we're going to work through this in a systematic way, and it will all work out. This is an assignment. So, again, it's going to hit up in an Edpuzzle. It's going to go in the grade book. And if I have an assignment that gets to the end and it asks you one question, it's worth 4 points. You get the question right, you get 4 points. So if you don't know the answer to a question, go back and listen again. Okay? All right. That is going to get you to the end of today, and I will see you guys tomorrow.